Hello and welcome to this video where I'll take you through the process of creating your own digital content for the purposes of teaching. And you're going to start with the simplest type of digital content that teachers normally create, and this is PowerPoint slides. So you want to locate where PowerPoint is so that you can create your first PowerPoint slides if you've never created it before. So you need to know where to locate it from. So the first thing you need to do is decide where you're going to save your PowerPoint slide files, right? And I've seen many times teachers normally create it on the desktop. What it does to the desktop is that it goes and fills the desktop with files. What that does to your computer is sometimes it slows down your computer, and sometimes your computer takes a lot of time to open any program or even to boot. Sometimes it even hangs. So you want to avoid storing your files in the desktop. So that means you will have to store it in any other location other than the drive which carries the operating system of your computer. This disk is just meant to carry the operating system and program files. So let's head over to the computer. In most computers nowadays, you'll find it in this folder written this PC, or you can open any folder and navigate to this personal computer. I'll show you both methods. So if I click this PC, double click it, it's going to open, and you'll see immediately it gives me the drives which are in my computer. One of these is drive C, which carries the operating system and the program files. Now I have the option of storing these files either in any of the other drives, either D or E. So let me close that and show you the second method that you can be able to navigate to this PC. If you have any folders open, for example, if I go to the taskbar, I'll find that I can be able to open this folder here or any other folder. If you don't have any folders open, just left click and you're going to say new and then go to folder. There you can see that I've created a new folder on the desktop. Let's look for that folder. It's right here. Then I'm just going to call it 1. Let's just call it 1. And then once I double click it, that folder is going to open. Once the folder opens, on the left hand side, you will see this PC. This PC. Just click on it, and again, it's going to display the drives which we are talking about. So let me close that and delete this file because I really this folder because I really don't need it. I was creating it for the purpose of just having a folder open so that we can navigate to this personal computer. So let's go to this PC, and like we have agreed, we are going to store it in any of the drives other than C. So just double click. For example, I want to store it in D. I'm going to click it to click there, and then in this folder I can create a folder. I can create a folder in this drive there, and maybe I'm going to name this new folder. Let me name it 1 just for the sake of this particular video, but you will name the folder, you will give that folder your subject. In fact, let me just do that. Let me use my subject, which is physics, and I'm going to call it physics PowerPoint slides. There, and you can see it is right here at the bottom, and I'm going to double click that, and now the folder is going to open. Now we are in that folder named physics PowerPoint slides. This is where I want to store the PowerPoint slides that I'm going to create today. So you can follow the exact process of identifying where you want to store your files. Avoid storing the files in the desktop because it's going to mess up your system. Besides, it's going to crowd the desktop and it doesn't look so neat. So how do you access PowerPoint? I'll show you the simplest one. And over here, you're going to left click and you will go to new. And if you navigate to this drop down menu, you're going to see Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. You click on it and now it's going to open to give me the first file. What am I going to call it? Let me call it Form 1 Physics. Just like that. That is where I'm going to prepare some slides when I want to go and teach physics to Form 1 students. Again, I'm going to double click that and now the PowerPoint is going to open. And once it opens, it immediately prompts me to create my first slide. You can see it is so simple. So once I click inside here, you can see click to add title. Let's say maybe I'm talking about the first chapter, which is Introduction to Physics. Just like that. In Introduction to Physics, we've got several subtopics. This one is a topic. We've got several subtopics. So I'm going to add these subtopics down here. And I'm going to call the first one, maybe it's supposed to be Definition of Physics. There. The second one is Branches of Physics. Branches of Physics. The third one is the relationship between physics and other subjects. Relationship between physics and other subjects. Then we are going to look at the rules in the lab. Laboratory rules. And then we're going to look at first aid measures, just in case there is any kind of minor accident in the lab. First aid measures. It's up to you if you want to capitalize the subtopics, but I'm just showing what you can be able to do in your subject. I'm sure every subject there is the main title or the main topic that you're dealing with, and then that topic is broken down into smaller sections. So I've shown you can go to the main section, break it down before you start talking about each one of these. And from time to time, you want to see how it will look like to your students once you are in class. You may go to slideshow over here. Just click on slideshow. I only have one slide, so I'm just going to start from the beginning. And this is the way it will look like to your students. So let's go back so that we can continue with what now we want to do. Now you're going to duplicate this slide. Just left click and duplicate. You can see that? Duplicate. And then here you're going to change the layout. You're going to use, again, you're going to click on that slide. Then you will have this menu. And then you will navigate down here to layout. There is a layout that allows you to have the title and content. The first one was just the slide title and the second one gives you title and content. Let's see how it looks like once we click. So you can see that the topic goes up there, and now we have the subtopics bulleted, and they are right here. You may remove these bullets if you want. Just click anywhere inside here, click on one of these points, and then you will go to the tab written home, and then the bulletin is already highlighted. You can change the type of bullets that you want to use. You can see as I navigate down, the type of bullets is changing. So choose the one that best suits you, or the one that you like. Or you may remove bullets altogether. You may remove bullets altogether, and maybe insert numbers. Insert numbers. Like for example, I can see insert these numbers like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how many subtopics that I'm dealing with. So there are several things that you can be able to do. Another thing that you can be able to do is you can change the font size of the text on the screen. Sometimes you find that students who are right at the back of the classroom are not able to see because you used small font. So you can go there and increase the font of the text that you have here. How do you do that? Just click anywhere in this title box. Click one of these dots over there, and then when you're in the home tab, you'll go to the font over here. There's this A with an arrow pointing upwards. It means increase the font, and you can see it is increasing. As I click, it is increasing. And then remember, from time to time you go to slideshow just to see how it will appear to your students. Even this other one, you can be able to increase the font the same way. You go over there, just click, and you can see the font is increasing. You can even be able to do further formatting of this text. You can make it bold. You can change the font type. They're all these font types that you have here. Just choose the font type that appeals to your liking. There are so many things that you can be able to do with PowerPoint, but I'm interested in that situation where the teacher just wants something that is very basic to help you be able to communicate your information to the students. Now the third slide here, you can duplicate this, duplicate it. Now you want to start talking about the first subtopic, which is definition of physics. So I'm going to select that, Control C, that is copy. I'll come here, select this title, and paste it there. I'm going to paste it there. And the best way of pasting, let me go back before I paste, is to paste as plain text so that it takes the formatting of this particular document. So I'm going to click here so that I'm presented with these paste options. So I'm going to paste it as plain text, and there we have it. So I'm talking about definition of physics. I'm already in the first subtopic. So that means that all this is not useful to me. So I'm going to delete that, and now I'm going to talk about definition of physics. Definition of physics. Now, in the class, you find that in most cases, you want first of all to teach the student that particular concept, or I would like to define it first for them. They hear it, they look at me, we discuss it before they write down what I have just said. So there is something referred to as notes in the PowerPoint. When you come down here, you will see click to add notes. Click to add notes. So I'm going to click there, and this way I'm going to write the definition that I'm interested in the student seeing. And I've just increased the space. Just increase the space for writing. This is what you do. If you hover your cursor over there, it will change shape, and it will have two arrows pointing in opposite directions. Just click and hold, then drag. It's going to create all this space for me to write notes. Let me quickly write down that definition. And I'm going to say that, okay, physics is defined as the study of matter in relation to energy. You know, something like that. It really depends on the subject. This is what I want the students to, I want to discuss with the students before I show them or I allow them to write the definition. That is usually the best way of using PowerPoint. Because sometimes when you display exactly what you are talking about, your students may lose concentration. They will be looking at the screen and not listening to you. You don't want that one to happen. You want them to look at the screen at particular times. Otherwise, most of the time, you want them to look at you because you are trying to teach them something. All right? And I'm going to show you how that is done, because at some point, you're going to allow them to write down that definition. Let's see. I'm going to duplicate this slide. I'm going to duplicate that slide. And in the second slide, I will go to the notes, select what I have written, because I want the students to write down that sentence. So I'm going to select that, and then I copy, Control C as usual. And then over here, I'm going to paste that definition like that. And let's see what we have. Again, I will go to the slideshow. Slideshow over here. I've got now a number of slides. I want to start from the beginning, from the first slide. Although this is not always the case, because you may be using these slides. They may contain several subtopics. They may even contain several topics. So it's not always that you're beginning from the first topic. No, you can select where you want to begin. Later on, I'm going to show you a very simple method that you can use that takes you right to the slide that you're interested in for that particular lesson. So don't miss the next video that I'm going to prepare showing you how to do that. However, let me go on, and we are going to start from the beginning. That's where we are. Now, you want to access your notes. Remember, once you've connected your computer and to the projector, they can be able to see what you are seeing here. But then you want to access your notes. Let's say you are teaching something that is very new to you, so you've written down some notes in order to guide you on what you are teaching them. But you do not want the students to see these notes. They are meant for the presenter. So while you are still here, you will left click or just on the slide, and then you will go to the drop down written show presenter view. Show presenter view. You just click on that. So you can see now my screen has changed. What will the students see? They will just see this white part. That is what they will see. They will not see any other thing that we have in this video. And you can see here we have a space where we would have written down the notes. Let's navigate to the next slide. Just by clicking anywhere, it takes you to the next slide. However, there is an arrow here that you can use to move to the next slide or even the previous slide. So let's click this one so that it can take us to the next slide over there. So if there were any notes that you wanted to write down there, they will be available. And then here we are. When it comes to definition of physics, notice that now I have access to the definition. I can read on the screen, on my screen, but this one is not visible to the students. This one is very powerful because this helps you to maintain that contact, that visual contact with your students for better understanding. But once you have finished explaining that, and now you give them just a moment to write down, you just need to navigate to the next slide where what you have in the notes now appears there. Remember, this is what you did. You just duplicated that slide so that the first one does not have this information. The second one has that information. That one is so powerful. It's so powerful. So we only had just a few slides here. And that is all that you need when it comes to creating digital content. And here you're using, you want to use PowerPoint slides in order to teach that particular subject. All right. So let's go on and save. Here on the quick access bar, you can see that I have that tab for saving. Just when I click that, it saves that particular file in the correct location. And you can see it is so simple to make PowerPoint slides. Very, very simple. So go to your computer. If you've never made PowerPoint slides before, make the first slide. If you find any issues, just let me know in the description below. Just write whatever question that you have, and make sure you don't miss the So that is all that I had for this video. Go ahead and make your first PowerPoint slides if you've never made any slides before. I always start from scratch so that that teacher who has never used PowerPoint before, or you may have been using PowerPoint slides, but maybe they were made by somebody else. Here we are talking about you as the professional teacher making your own PowerPoint slides because you're the one who understands this particular subject better than the other teacher. You don't know why the other teacher created those slides and yet you are using them. Why don't you create your own? So go right ahead. It's very simple. Create your own, and please don't miss my next video where I'll show you, if you have got so many slides, what do you do in order to navigate to the slide of your choice. See you in the next video.